have scheduled leaving for Europe this morning.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you, Mr. Spencer?
Well, I realize it's the last minute, but by any chance, do you have any seats left available on that flight?
As a matter of fact, sir, you're in luck. We had a few cancellations, and we have some seats left. Do you want to reserve one?
Yes. Yes, I do. I'd like to ask a couple of questions first. Do you have the manifest handy? Because I'd like to know if a friend of mine is ticketed on that charter.
Mr. Spencer, that charter is boarding very soon. If you want to make the flight, I suggest you get out here to the airport and save your questions for later.
Look, I understand that, but there's one thing that I have to do first. So how much time do I have?
Well, as it happens, Mr. Spencer, the co-pilot assigned to that charter is right here at my counter. Why don't you talk to him directly?
Yes, may I help you?
Yeah, I hope so. Look, I just reserved a seat on your charter flight to Europe this morning, but I have to make an errand first before I come to the airport. I'm wondering how much time do I have?
How long will it take you to get here?
Let's see. I'd say about a half. We better say about an hour. Is that okay?
That's cutting it close, Mr. Spencer. Mr. Spencer, is it?
That's right, Luke Spencer.
Let's put it this way, Mr. Spencer. If you're certain you can get here in an hour, I'll hold the plane for you.
Well, thank you. That's very accommodating of you.
Thank you, Mr. Spencer.
Hi.
I hope you're Mr. Spencer.
Yes, right.
Good. We've been holding the flight for you, Mr. Spencer. All the other passengers have already boarded.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Do you want me to pay cash, or can I use a credit card?
Credit card will be fine, Mr. Spencer.
There you go.
Thank you. I've got your ticket all made out, so this won't take a minute. Do you have a valid passport?
Yeah, I do. Do you need to see it, or do you use it here for anything?
No, that won't be necessary. There. These two fellows will be your flight attendants on board. They've been waiting to take you out to the plane.
Oh, okay. Well, there's not just one thing. I've been wondering if a friend of mine is on this flight. Do you have a list of the passengers?
There isn't much time, Mr. Spencer.
Well, I realize that. Can you make a quick check here? Her name is Laura Spencer, or she may have used the name Lucy Johnson.
Can you wait just a couple of minutes more? Mr. Spencer wants me to look through the manifest.
The aircraft's already in a takeoff pattern.
I understand, but it can only take a second or two. Come on. Will you do that for me?
All right, go ahead, only make it quick, will you? We don't want to keep the other passengers waiting.
Right.
I'm sorry, Mr. Spencer, but there's no Laura Spencer listed.
Yeah, well, what about Lucy Johnson? She could have used that name.
I checked both names, sir. There's no Lucy Johnson aboard either.
All right, you said the other passengers are already aboard, right? Did you check them all in yourself?
I did.
Look, I'm sorry, but we just can't hold the flight any longer. If you'll come with us, Mr. Spencer, so you can board now.
I understand. Hold on one second. I'm looking for this woman. She's about 20, about 5'6", long blonde hair.
Well, let me think a moment. Checking in went so fast this morning, I really didn't... Wait a minute. Long blonde hair,
right.
About 20.
Yes.
Very attractive?
Very, very attractive.
I think there is a passenger fitting that description. In fact, I'm almost sure of it. Do you recall it?
I'm not sure.
Look, if this lady you're interested in is on the plane, you'll see her yourself in just a moment. Now, I'm sorry, but we just can't hold the flight any longer if you don't want to get left behind. So will you please come with us, Mr. Spencer?
Yeah, can I take a look at the manifest?
Mr. Spencer, we just can't wait. Now, please come with us. We'll take you out to the plane.
Have a nice flight, Mr. Spencer.
I'm not so sure.
Excuse me, we're in a bit of a muddle. A dear friend of ours was supposed to catch a flight tonight, and we promised him faithfully that we'd see him off. And buy him a farewell drink.
Well, gentlemen, there are no more flights going out tonight.
We must have misunderstood what time his flight was taking off. He was going to New York. I wonder, would it be too much trouble to look at a list of some sort? We'd at least like to see that he got off all right.
Oh, I have tonight's manifest. What did you say your friend's name was?
Scorpio. Mr. Robert Scorpio.
Yes, here he is. Scorpio Robert. He took our flight number 191. That would have left some time ago.
Oh, you're quite certain?
Oh, yes. He's listed right here. One way to Kennedy and then a connecting flight to South Africa.
Well, South Africa. Yes, that's Robert. He made it after all. That's great. Well, we can thank you once again. It's been great. Thank you.